Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well. Well, have I got a beautiful card for you. I have made this gorgeous three-dimensional flower using flower forming foam. I wanted to show you how easy it can be. With a minimal of manipulation of the foam, we can make beautiful flowers. You can make this and you could change most flower forming dies to be able to make something like this. So I'm not going to witter on now. I'm just going to go straight into video and show you how it was made. I'm sat here about to make this. I'm trying to think, do I actually remember how I used to make these flowers? Well, I hope so. So I'm going to make what I used to make as one of the simplest flowers I ever used to make. Now, I can't remember if this is the flower I used to use. I used my fleurs dies, and I've taken my Lavish Carnation from the flower forming, and it comes in 2 dies. I know this is slightly, I am definitely tweaking this, but the card is going to be really simple, but it's going to have a very lavish flower on the front. So to make this out of my 3-inch folder, I've just cut a strip of pink and a strip of lilac in 3 inches wide. You'll see it's exactly the right width for that. And I'm going to put one on there. I don't know if I'll get both of them through in one. We'll see. Let's see if we can get them through in one cut. When I prepped it, I was doing them separately. And when I was prepping them, I was doing 4 thicknesses wide. And it worked really, really well. So that's going on there. Now, you'll see this one is just slightly more than 3 inches. But I'll show you, we can make it work. Because once you start shaping them, it works really easy. So these are going through my mini die cutting machine. Really, really easy. There, you can see that. There, you can see it's just sticking out a little bit. But if it doesn't catch, don't worry about it. I'm going to go forwards. And I'm going to come back just because it's easier. 2 thicknesses, no problem. 4 thicknesses for a die like this, again, no problem whatsoever. You can see, look at that. Now, that's where it didn't quite catch. So all I'm going to do is grab my scissors while they're still stuck together, and I'm just going to go round like that. Now, on the other one I did, it didn't quite get to the end. I'd got it positioned differently, so I just cut a nice little shape into it, and I'm going to shape it, and it'll be fine. So put those 2 dies away. And I've got these. So all I'm going to do, this is the simplest shaping ever. So I'm going to get these. Now, if you want to, you can use a bit of heat, but I'm not. I'm just going to use the heat from my hands. Fold it in half, fold it into fifths, put them together, twiddle them up, and then just give them a little bit of shape. That's all I do. Heat from my hands is enough to shape these. There. Now, I've got 4 pink already cut, 4 lilac already cut, and 2 of each of the larger ones already cut, just to show you what I can do. So we can take that just a little bit. Now, I think if I remember rightly, you put the smaller die, you could die cut the smaller die on top of the larger die, but we're not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be using those. So that's there. All I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to open it out just as before. I'm going to fold it in exactly the same way, sort of in half, put those on top, put that one. Then I'm going to bring in my craft iron. Ooh, that's hot. It's been warming up, can you see? And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to warm the bottom, so it makes it soft, and I'm going to warm the top, so it makes it soft. Now remember, foam shrinks. I always say about 10%, but it depends how long you leave it on the heat source. The longer you leave it on the heat source, the more it shrinks. So by heating it up, it makes it even more pliable. So all I've done, once I've done that, I'm just going to then take it back to the heat, and I'm just going to shape it. So that's really giving that bulky top of that flower some shape. The other thing I then might do is I might get one of my sewing clips, and I just clip it on top. And that's going to hold it there while it cools down. So in half, put those on top, put that one on top, take it to the heat, warm it just to make it soft, warm it at the top. Now, I think when I used to make a flower similar to this, I used to make it all in one colour, but I thought actually it would look really nice to use the 2 colours, and the 2 colours are just the pink and the lilac really work well together. So you can use it out of any brand of foam you can get for flower making. whatever you want. You could do this out of white, you could put some ink on, it's entirely up to you. And just need to unplug that craft iron because wow, that is getting hot. Remove that, and then I'm just going to get my clip. I'm just going to hold that there for a minute. Yeah, so any brand of foam that you can find. So I've got those, and as I mentioned, I've already got some already here. So these ones, they're trying to unravel, but that's fine. And these ones I'm hardly going to unravel. I just want to make sure that they're nicely shaped. There we go. These ones are the ones that I use the craft iron on, and you can see by using the craft iron, it really breaks down the fibres. And the more heat you apply, and unless you go too, if you go too hot with an external heat, they will go crispy. But with your hands, the more heat you apply, the softer and more malleable the foam gets, and the more you're able to sort of shape, and it's more petal-like. It becomes more like what I always think of a rose petal, really, really soft and gentle. So you can see this one keeps opening out, but don't worry because we're going to get some hot glue on it. This is why I love hot glue, because it holds them where you want them to be. So you can just see, and I'm just breaking down those fibres and doing it like that. So these ones, they've cooled down, and all I'm going to do, you see, it just melts the foam slightly. So all I'm going to do is open that out just very, very slightly. I'm not going to shape them. Oh, they've all just sort of melded together, and I'm just going to leave them like that, because honestly, when you see what we're going to do, it's so easy. So take this one that just helped it to sort of hold its shape. Okay, there we go. We've separated them off, and there's nothing else I need to really do. So I've got 3 of those large ones, 3 of the pink, and then what have I got? 5 of each of those. I don't know if I'm going to need all of those. So let's just put those there, those there. Now, the other thing I've cut is I've cut myself some green foliage, and I've cut this. I had a look, and I wasn't sure when I first got them out. I found my edge-to-edge birch leaf. So I found the large and the small. And I think for the impact of this flower, I've used a couple of different dyes from the large birch, and I've cut myself 6 of those. So let's just put, and I love that. Can you see how that green really complements that quite nice strong colour? Okay, so I need to put the card base together to make it easier. And I've got myself a card base, trimmed it down, and I put some pink on. It's not the same pink, but I just thought it would work. Then I've got some of my off-white. Now I know that's white and that's off-white, but I don't have off-white card bases. What I need to do is I need to talk to my nice man, to John, at Lime Tree Crafts, and see if he can do me some off-white card and some off-white card bases, and see what he can do. And if I can get those, I'll let you all know. There we go. Right. There we are. Put that on there. So that's gone on flat, and I've done that with my acrylic glue because I've not got any coatings on my cardstock, and it works really well. And I love the acrylic glue, it makes it really hard. Now onto here, I've just used my stamp. I think it was originally a Stamps by Me stamp, a little bit wonky, but it's fine. I love you. And on the back, I've put some foam tape. This is my Sticks 2 foam tape, and I'm just going to take the back off there. And then, only because it's the one that's open, this time I'm going to do it with my I said acrylic glue. It's not acrylic glue, it's a all-purpose glue. I can't think of the word that I was thinking of. I do this all the time. Yeah, my all-purpose glue. Just put that on. So let me make sure I've got my card the right way up. Yep, and I'm going to pop that on. Oh, that's caught, and that's not right. This is why I put the wet glue on, so that I can lift it and reposition it. Now, just so that people want to know, my card base is 4 3/4. Yes. So that's 4 3/4, and that is 6 inches. So that was my original size. It's 4 3/4 by 6 inches. So yeah, it works really, really well. So next thing I need, I have heated up Yep, my hot glue gun. And I'm just going to add these onto here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop, oh, tell you what else I've cut. Out of the cream, so it would all match, I've just cut both of these. And I love these sorts of things. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this one, I'm just going to cut it down the middle. And I'm just going to pop that at different angles, away from the love you, just like that. Let's put a little bit of glue on there. And again, as I always do, I'm only going to glue very lightly. I don't want it all pinned down. I just want enough glue on there to hold it. So let's just spread that glue out. There we go. Right, so then these flourishes, I'm going to pop them, because I want them to come out above the flower. And again, just enough glue on there to capture the ends. And again, I don't want any of these bits pinned down. I just want it down there. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of hot glue. Now remember, the hot glue does impact your foam. It will sort of change it a little bit because it's heat. And then I'm going to get the next one. So all I'm doing is I'm gluing them down, still all sort of scrundled up. And believe me, this will work. I think I'm just going to use 4 of these. I've got enough glue there. I want another pink one. And already we've hidden that split. Now, we could just keep working with those, because look at that. That's starting to look amazing. But what we're going to do, we're going to come in with some of these lovely little ones, or these detailed ones. I'm going to put some glue in. And I'm going to start poking them in. So you don't, I know some people say they struggle with flower forming because of the shaping. Well, there is very little shaping with this. Very little to do. It's all just very basic shapes. And it will just work itself out. Oops, got a bit of glue on there. You just, oh, I just touched my hot glue gun. That was very hot on my hand. Remember, you can, oh, don't keep touching the hot glue gun, Corrine, after you said it was hot. Then what I'm going to do, I think I need a pair of tweezers. I'm going to grab that with a pair of tweezers. I need hot glue gun on that side, but it means the cable comes across. You're just going to have to be a bit, have the cable showing. I need some more pink. Now, can you see I've got a gap there? So I'm just going to get one of these. That's not folded up properly. Get it pointed properly. And can you see how little glue you need and how it just helps to shape it. Look at this. Such a simple flower. But I love having the larger ones on the bottom. I think I need another pink one. So let's just give that a little bit of a scrundle. That's a technical flower making term, scrundle. There we go. Put that one on. I'm going to put that one. And just use your tweezer to push it in. Don't get glue on and pull it back out like I've just tried to do there. And remember, you can always keep fluffing it. There, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Right, now, for me, that's looking lovely, but I've got no foliage. So I think I might come in with some wet glue. And I'm just going, I don't know how many pieces I need at this moment. But I know I need some, because it just floats, otherwise it doesn't look right. I nearly went in with the hot glue then. Let's go in. And remember, it doesn't matter if you come off the edge of your card. It's only when it comes off the bottom that it's a problem. You can put 2 together. Do I want some more together? Oh, I like that. Now, if I do one down there, so I've got 2 and 2 ones. To me, oh, look at that. I'm making a right mess of my glue bottle. There. Right. It's not meant to look like any flower. It's sort of a fantasy flower. And I used to always talk about fantasy flowers. I'm just going to turn my hot glue gun off because that is getting very hot. Now, you might want to leave it like that. But the only thought I had, ignore the gems that I've coloured because I want the off-white. And I'm just going to grab, now I was wondering, did I want these ones? But I think, I'm just going to place that. Oh, flame gems. Why do I always do this? There we go. Yeah, I like the smaller ones. If you wanted to, you can do like I've done here and colour your gems. Just get your alcohol pens and the gems colour up beautifully. Right, so that's 3. I'm going to go with 5. Oh, there it is. Flick it back over. There we are. 4 and 1 more makes 5. There we go. And that is all I'm going to do. So it's not clean and simple. I know I've done quite a few clean and simple ones recently. I just wanted to show you. So people have said to me they've got lots of coloured foam, but you could get any flower dye, even if it's just like this, and really scrundle it up and just put them together and just poke them together. If you fancy more than that, what I've got, I could get another one in there. My glue gun's still going to be hot. It's still going to be very, very hot. I'm going to poke another one into there. Sometimes you have to walk away and sometimes you just think, oh, I'm going to put a little bit more in. I could see a gap. Just remember, every time you add the hot glue, you're melting some of the other glue, so you just have to give it time. And if it feels like they're unscrundled a bit, just give them a little bit of a scrunch. There, that's better. Filled up that gap a bit more. There we are. Ah, that's better. Oh, yes. There we are. So, flower... I've got glue on me. Flower forming, just a little bit of cream, a little bit, you know, just a hint of texture underneath, just to break it up, because we've not done any inking or anything. A simple sentiment. Again, this could be Valentine's, couldn't it? You could be doing different shades of red on there, different shades of pink, whatever you wanted. Again, it's going to need a box to be able to put this one in, because there is a lot of dimension on here. But that actually feels really, really robust. And remember, you can reshape foam as many times as you want. So there we go. I hope you like that one. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. And I've got a few more that I could make some bits with. So that is today's. Lovely and quick. Really is very simple, but I think sometimes that is what we want. We don't want complicated flowers. So I'm going to put links down in the bottom to bits that I can. And I will also link to something else that I've made with flower forming foam, and obviously my subscription link. And as I have been asking you on the last few, if you have enjoyed this video, please can you click on the like button. It really does help. The more you click on that, the more YouTube then pushes out my videos. So I really, really do appreciate it. So until next time, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed that, and I will be back with lots more crafty inspiration very, very soon. So until then, you take care and have fun crafting. Bye for now.